Hello there, this is Go Charlie. Today we are making a soda. What kind of soda? I don't know. I've never made this before. I've never seen it before. Is it going to be good? I have zero clue. The goal? Not poison myself. So what I'm going to be using though, however, are 2 lemons, 1 lime, 4 mandarin oranges, or cuties, whatever you want to call them, and some sugar. Simple as that. Right now, I'm in the process of zesting my lemons. So I'm gonna pause this video real quick, and I'll be back whenever I'm done. Then I'll continue to go on about the process of making this. Okay, so since I figured that it would be a little bit more useful, that I'm just doing a thing that my teacher taught me how to do. Don't worry, you can do it like this to where you slide it across the fruit. You can do it like this to where you have it sit down above the thing that's going to be catching your zest. But whenever you zest something, make sure you don't zest it too far down, so that way you don't get the pith. Why is pith bad? Very bitter, doesn't taste the greatest. Really, I don't know the difference between the zest and pith. I'm just trying to sound smart. But shh, don't say that out loud. But anyways, you just want to kind of slide it through once. That's about enough to get the zest off. And then once you're done zesting the rest of the lemon, which I've already zested one of them. This is like my 3rd attempt on this video, and here comes my heathen of a dog. But anyways, as I was saying, so we're just gonna kind of get the zest off of this one. This one's a little not okay. I think I dropped it, and it's no longer hard like this one, so it's not as easy to zest, but that's okay, that's okay. But after zesting it, you're going to see this stuff on the back of it, which I'm going to go ahead and bring this closer so that way you can see it. You're going to see this stuff. What is that? That's your zest. All you got to do, simple as this, and then bam. You no longer have, well, you do have your zest, but it's no longer stuck. Why is that good? Well, I thought it'd be obvious. Anyways, I still need to zest this, and then I'll get down to the juicing. So I'll be right back yet again. Alrighty, now that I'm back and I have our beautiful zest, I need to clean up right here. I'm a little under the wind, as you can see. I'll take care of that once I'm done. Anyways, so now that we've gotten the zest, I was thinking about zesting these, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to. We're just gonna need their juice. So I believe I said that I was going to get to the juicing next, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Right now we're only in the preparation stage where we're just getting all of our stuff put together. So anyways, now that I'm back, we're going to set this. I don't need this anymore. So we're going to put this in the sink because, like I said, we don't need it. There's no need to clutter the kitchen space with stuff that we don't need at the time. We're going to go ahead and just wipe this all right there. We are perfectly a-okay. If you're curious on why I'm not wearing an apron, I'm just stubborn and I wish not to. Simple as that. Now, see this? You can't just, I don't know, go willy-nilly and freely have it ready to juice. You can't just, well, you probably could actually. It'd just be very messy, which we don't want. So, I'm going to do something that a lot of people probably already know you should do. I'm just being a little clumsy. Anyways. What we're gonna do is cut our dear great lemons in half. I almost dropped something. It's not good. I gotta set our other stuff right there. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this one in half. And now that I got it in half, I'm going to juice it with this little thing. But you know, it's okay. So we're just going to get it on here and juice it. I'll be right back once I'm done juicing all this stuff. I'm just trying to make the video short so that way you at least get a glimpse of what to do. I'm pretty sure you'll catch the rest. Anyways, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm finally back after the juicing. If you're curious why the skins are still here, well, I'm going to get rid of the, well, I don't know. I know I'm throwing these in it because I'm paranoid and I feel like I don't have enough flavors for them. Anyways, so here's our juice that we're going to be using. Anyways, so we can now shift our focus over to the top. Now, I need there it is. We need 2 of these. So, allow me to fill this up. And pour it in. So, I'm going to go ahead and pause it yet again, just because it's quick. So I will be back whenever I have all the water put in. I'm very forgetful, and just in the case I forgot to say that I needed 3 of these for one reason, this is a 1 cup measuring cup, so I need 3 cups of water, along with 2.5 cups of sugar. So, I will be back. Well, no, I've only got 1 more to go, so we'll be perfectly fine. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this last one put in, and then we're going to start measuring our sugar, and put that in. Probably should have checked if we have a whisk, which I guarantee we do. Anyways, so now that this is that's done being used, we have our sugar now. Anyways, so I'm really hoping this is sugar. Yes, this is sugar. So I'm going to pour it into this 1/2 cup measuring thing because I couldn't find the 1 cup measuring, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. So, get this, kind of try to level it out. This is about 1/2 cup, so we're going to go ahead and pour this in. Going to get another one. That makes 1 cup. So, anyways, one of the major things that you're going to want to do with this whenever you're cooking it, though, is stir. And make sure you don't overheat it. Why? Because if you don't stir it, well, not stirring the sugar and water will eventually allow it to turn into candy. Which isn't all that bad, really. That's literally just do everything I'm doing right now. Sort of. Don't actually always try to find a recipe if you can on candy. But as long as you don't stir the mix, it will harden once you get it out, if you get it at the right temperature, and will form into candy. So far I put 3 of these in, I think. So this is 4. I just need 1 more. So, we now have our 2.5, well, not yet. It's still kind of pouring. It's being weird. As if the guy making it ain't. Anyways, as I was saying, hang on. I'm gonna break up some of this sugar real quick, so. It's one being clumps. I'm just hoping that that works, because I don't really know. I'm not a scientist. Anyways, we gotta get this. Yeah, it seemed to help. Anyways, gotta put this last one in. Now that we have that, all we really gotta do is, let me check this cookbook real quick. Page 165. Alrighty, so I have it figured out. Now allow me to find a whisk. This will work. Probably found a whisk, but I'm going to make sure if there's not any other options that I have. I do not have any other options, but that's okay. Because like I said, we have a whisk, which a whisk is a whisk. I also need to get a container that can hold all of our stuff. So I'm going to pause this until I can find a container. Alrighty, I am back. So, I now have my container. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put our, hang on, let me check the book again. My brain wants to go kaboom. Anyways, okay, so yes, I was right. So we're gonna take your zest, which is this, and just put it in here. Okay, well it doesn't want to come out, so we're gonna just. All right. So I forgot to grab a little thing to get this stuff out, so I'm just using my hand. Don't really do that. Well, I guess you can if you're making this for yourself, but any other occasion. Where's my strainer? There it is. Anyways, any other occasion. I'm gonna turn this light on actually, just that way I can see. Alright, there we go. Much better. Now you can probably see me better, which is good. So, we're gonna place this on medium-high heat. That's the back side. This is the one we need. And we're going to whisk it until the sugar melts. So, yet again, I'm going to pause until I get there. I just now remembered something. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. And probably the other one. Actually, no, I'll do 1/2 of both of the fruits. There we go. I'm just going to let these kind of help add flavor, I guess we can say. I don't really know what else they would be doing. We're not going to do that. So, we're going to let these add some flavor while I wait for the sugar to melt. So, bleh, can't talk. I don't have an editor to fix this. So, we're going to have to go the no-cut route. We're going to wait until the sugar comes to a melt, as I said earlier. So I'm going to pause the video until I get to that point. I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. And I'm assuming that all the sugar has melted and I'm not just seeing... Oh yeah, this sugar has melted 100%. Okay, so now, what are we going to do here, you may be asking? Well, we're going to let this go from medium to low. And I need to check the cookbook once again. And I'm going to try to be fast with this, so that way nothing happens. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, that's not where I want to be. This is... Okay. So. Alrighty. Hey Alexa, start a 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now. While you wait, would you like to play a round of Super Quiz of the Day?
No. Get out of here. Anyways, we're going to let this simmer for 10 minutes. I'm not going to let you suffer that. So instead, I'm pausing. Again. I feel like you've suffered enough with just the pausing alone. I'm not going to make you wait for an entire 10 minutes of me just sitting here, staring into the camera. Anyways, so since I'm not able to sit still for very long, I am going to follow through with the pausing, just because it's a lot quicker. So, whoop-de-doo! I'll be back very soon. Alright, so, now that the the syrup has simmered for about 10 minutes, I'm going to get an airtight container. What we're going to do with this is I'm going to bring the camera back over here yet again, and we're going to get our strainer, a godsend, set it up, and we're just going to strain it into here, if I don't spill it. Hopefully I don't. There we go. There's one. And there's two. Then while we're at it, we're also going to put our juice in here. I'm going to put it through the strainer as well, just so that way none of the pulp really gets through. At least not too much of it. Alright. So, just going to get this. We're going to just throw this stuff away. We don't need it anymore. So, once, oh, there's a little bits of whatever, but that's okay. Now that we've done that, which I will be right back into the camera, just gonna get this set. Don't mind that noise. Anyways, now that we've done that, you know what we're gonna do? Let me look at my book. I will be able to taste it tomorrow whenever everything is set and done. So, we're going to put this lid on here. Now, word of the wise, use an airtight container. Why? I don't know. The recipe that I'm using for reference just requests it, and that's what this is. So we're going to put this, that sounds very violent, but we're going to put this in the fridge for about 12 hours or more. It can go for up to 2 weeks, and then whenever it comes down to that, tomorrow I'll make a YouTube short. We're going to put this with this, and it's going to make us a nice glass of soda, hopefully. Either that, it's going to make soda or poison. I don't know just yet. Anyways, toodles.